Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be drawing Lum from Urusei Yatsura. I started this back in July, so it's been a while, been about a month or so. It only took me 15 hours in total, a little bit under that. That's pretty good for me because normally it takes me about, I want to say 20 to 30 hours. No, 20 to 50 hours to be honest. It takes me a really long time depending on how detailed it is. I really didn't want to go with too much detail with this one, but in the end I kind of overdid it with the detail, which is fine with me. That's just my art style. I like the way it looks, I don't have an issue with it. My inspiration for drawing this fan art today is the fact that I watched Urusei Yatsura for the first time. Watched it back in February, and I think Lum is just so cute, y'all. Like, she's adorable. I did not like her at first, I'm not gonna lie, but over time she grew on me, so here we are drawing her. I also got a Lum figure. She's so cute. She's so cute. The pictures are not doing it justice. Like, you have to see it in person. So if you like the series, you like Lum, I do recommend this figure. I can't remember what brand, I think she's Band Presto maybe? Not 100% sure. If somebody wants it, let me know. I'll send the link or whatever. But as far as drawing this picture, you can see that we started off with just a rough sketch. Normally we start from nothing and you guys get to see me do the rough sketch and the whole process pretty much with the time lapse. But this time I had to start a new canvas. When I went to make my rough draft, I forgot to set my DPI to 600. It was like at 100 something, so it was really pixelated and I just wasn't comfortable drawing on that canvas, so I had to start a new one, copy and paste it, and draw over it. So this is what you see now. As you can see with the legs, it started off a little too close to her body, so I had to kind of rotate her, fix her position a little bit, edit the legs, and then redraw it. It took me a few tries, as you can see, but in the end I got it. I was really nervous. I was like, oh my god, I don't know how to draw this pose. I never did anything like this before, but normally when I draw, I kind of do a redraw / in my own style, adding my own mix to it. So here is what the reference looked like, and then of course in the end you'll see what the finished drawing looks like. As far as her hair and everything, it was pretty easy. She has a simple hair, but now that I'm going back and watching the time lapse, I noticed I forgot something with the hair. I'm not gonna say what it is because if I do, then someone's gonna notice it. Then I'm gonna be all messed up and I want to delete it and everything, so I'm gonna ignore it this time. Hopefully you don't see it. But as far as her clothing, everything was pretty easy. She's wearing like what, a bikini? I don't really know what it is she's wearing, to be honest, but it's not a lot of clothing you have to draw. It's just that she has the little black stripes on her outfit, so there I am drawing it. Then we're starting with Yatsura. He was difficult to draw, I'm not gonna lie. Even though his pose and his hair is pretty simple, I have not drawn a side profile in, I want to say, about 3 years. Like a straight side profile. So it was a little difficult. I couldn't really remember how to do it. And I also couldn't get his expression the way I'd like to. It came out okay, but in the reference he kind of looked a little bit different than the way I drew him. But, that's okay. When you're drawing, you want to kind of put your own spin on things, so that's what I did. It was unintentional, but I did it. And of course, his hair is easy. I love his hair. I don't know what it is. It's just so, I don't know, so rounded. It's really easy. Really easy to draw. As you can see, I'm going in and like practicing other side profiles. I'm like redrawing his eyes. Because as you know, normally I draw women. As of lately, I've been getting into drawing males again. I've never really drawn stylized males. So it's kind of taking me a while to see how I want my males to look. But I also want it to look like they all live in the same universe and not just, a a realistic male and then like some cartoon girl. So I had to figure out how I want the eyes to look, because I want them to be big and pretty, but I don't want it to look like he's a female. Some people might like that. I don't personally like that in my artwork, so you'll see that I went back later to fix it. So now we're going in with the line art. I'm trying to decide if I like doing line art nowadays or not. I know at one point it used to be my least favorite part of the art process. Then another part, I kind of like doing it. Now I'm just like, I don't know. As of lately, the most tedious part in my art process or my workflow is actually sketching, because I'm just not consistent enough, so I'm always out of practice and I have to redraw a lot of things. Certain things don't look right and I don't know how to fix it. I can't always find the reference I need, so it can get frustrating. But I try not to let it get to me and I just draw. Listen, I'm not a perfect artist. Sometimes it's just gonna look a little crazy, but if I think it's cute, then it's fine. I really thought I was gonna struggle drawing the hands, because I haven't drawn like a decent hand in a long time. So I wasn't sure how it was gonna come out look. I just wanted it to look simple and not like she's like a little goblin, or what is it, like a little gremlin or something. So luckily it came out pretty okay. I went back and like edited a little bit more later on. Drawing her boots slash her legs and feet, that was my favorite part. I don't know why. I just like when art has like a curve in the foot. It's like they're kind of pointing it out to you. I really like that. So that was fun to draw. It was fun to line. I really loved that part. I'm learning to have a balance between messy line art and clean line art, because I want it to look real and natural and not over edited, if you understand what I mean. But then I also don't want it to look too crazy and too rough. You know, like some people can just use their sketch as line art. I feel like I can't do that. I'm such a perfectionist. Like I have to have something look clean. So I try and like mix a little bit of both. I don't know if you can really tell, but if you look up close, you can tell that my line art is it's a little messy, but that's purposeful. That has a purpose. As far as the little decorations or accessories, I don't really know what you call it. I wanted to keep it the same at first, but as I went through the drawing process, I didn't really like it. So I took it away, I edited back, and I'm just like, I don't know. How do people find like little cutesy stuff to add to their drawing? Like, I'm sick of drawing stars and hearts. Like, to be honest, I'm sick of it. But that's what I know how to do. That's what was in the reference. So I tried to deal with it at first, but you'll see later, you know, I changed it around a little bit. So here you see me adding in the flat layers. And again, this does change, and I'm starting to render things like that. I did start using a new render method. I don't know who I was watching on YouTube one night, but what she did was she would put it in the flat layers and then she'd duplicate the flat layers and change it into a multiply. And then what I did was I color picked a color from the drawing. So I used pink, set it to multiply, and I went in and I selected all of the highlight areas, and then I inverted it, erased it, and here we are. It definitely made the process much easier and faster. I think that's why it only took me like 15 minutes. I kept trying new methods. I think I'm gonna stick to it. I like it. Then, I don't know if you can tell, but if you look up close, I started using cell shading. I'm kind of new to using it. Can't really remember why or when you use it, but For a stylistic choice, I think it's cute the way I did it. I kind of used cell shading around her leg, around her chest, any area where it's a, I don't know, is aggressive the word I want to use? Anywhere where there's harsh shadow, I used cell shading. And I think I'm going to start doing that now too. Now, as far as the hair, I didn't use the method where I duplicated the file, not the file, but the, what is it called? The layer. Why was that so hard? I don't know. I didn't duplicate the layer this time to add the shadows just because she has like a ombre-ish hair color. Well, originally it was not ombre. It's just multiple colors, and I didn't know how to incorporate it with my art style. So instead of using like your normal shadow color, I just went in with the other colors she had in her hair. So judging from the reference, I think she had like black, blue, green, and I kind of incorporated it all together. And to make it look more like my style, but also look like the newer anime style, I went in with a lot of highlights for her hair. So it kind of looks like, I don't know, would milk be an interesting way to describe that? I feel like it would. I don't know. It looks like glowing milk, if you understand. Or glow in the dark. Yes, that's a better way to explain it. It looks like glow in the dark hair. So then going back to her clothes, I went in with more colors, like green to match her hair. And I blended it in and changed the layer opacity just so you couldn't really tell, but if you look up close, you can tell. That's how I like my artwork. You can't really tell it's a lot of detail up close. No, far away, but then up close, you can tell that it's a lot of detail. Then with Yatsura, I had issues with rendering his hair. I wasn't really sure how to do it in my style just because he doesn't really have a defined part or a defined section of his hair, if that makes sense. So then I went in with just highlights. That's how I chose to render it instead of using shadows at first. I went in with some highlights and then I blended it out, added some highlighted strands, and then went back with some black shadows over the edges of his hair. And here you can see I'm getting rid of all like the little sparkly accessories or whatever you want to call it. I tried a whole bunch of different ways to just make the heart look a little more alive and like my style, and I really just couldn't find anything that I wanted. So I thought about going back in and adding all the little elements and accessories back in, but I really did not want to do that. I don't know why, I just didn't like it. So I looked up a few references of other art styles and how they draw hearts and extra stuff. So I went in and just, you know, I did my own thing instead of trying to copy the reference exactly. So here you see me trying to decide what I want the background to look like. I'm going in with the border. I kind of wanted the background to stay white, but I wasn't 100% sure how I wanted it. So just to keep my theme on my Instagram, I decided to make the background yellow. It wasn't my favorite choice, but I did. And I also like duplicated her and I added a halftone layer over top of the background so it can give it like a nice look. And then I added a pink vignette. Is vignette how you say that word? I feel like I've never heard that word in person, but I've always read it online. So that's not how you say it. Don't come for me. So yeah, this is the finished drawing. This is what Lum looks like. She's so cute. I love her. I can't wait to see her as a keychain, y'all. Like, I know once the shop opens back up, this is gonna be so cute. Like, I'm definitely gonna get me a keychain. It's gonna go in my purse with all my other keychains. And yeah, so here is the final drawing. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. I have a Twitter, Tumblr. My username's the same everywhere. I have a little happy profile picture, so you know where to find me. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.